Warning: Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use, for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing.
What it do, family and friends? Welcome back to the Church of Black Power. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell so you can be notified whenever videos like this drop. Please make sure you're hitting that like and share button so we can beat up the algorithm. Make sure we get this message out to the ears that need to hear. And if you have not done so yet, please click that link in the description, go to change.org and put your signature on the petition for reparations. And with that being said, family, first and absolutely foremost, to all my sisters in the chat and to all my sisters around the world who's going to listen to this, when you listen to this, if you listen to this, not going to be so cocky to say when, but if you're listening to this, happy Mother's Day to you. Happy Mother's Day to you. Happy Mother's Day to you. You know, it's for me, it's very, very important to speak about how Black mothers, more specifically, I don't even want to just say mothers, Black mothers, how important they are and how important you always have been, especially, you know, knowing the Black woman is God, you know, and all life moved through the Black woman. It's incredible to see all the things that a Black woman does for her family. That's it. There is no other woman upon the earth that can match that energy. Because to tell the truth, they don't have to deal with half the things that a Black mother has to deal with. Just to be honest with you, from the racial elements to the family dynamic of trying to keep everything together, there ain't nobody topping that at all. So I think that you should tip your hat and take a bow because you raise nations. You raise doctors, lawyers, you raise handymen, you raise architects. Mostly and majorly because of the fact that, you know, you were those things to begin with. The first doctors, the first protectors, you know, when a woman's pregnant, you know, she's the first protector before the man get a chance to put his hands on it. So there is nothing that is more matched, or excuse me, that is unmatched like the Black woman. And if there anybody who ever tries to match something to it, I'll be there to smack it down. I want to go here to one of our brothers.
Mama is God in baby language. The first God that we met was mother. She was the one. Whenever we needed swaddling, we needed warmth, we needed changing, we needed food, we didn't cry out for Jehovah or the Lord. We cried out for mama to come and give us the breast milk, change the diaper, and swaddle us. So mama, woman. And really, if you look around the world, civilization is never judged by the men, the money, or the military. Civilization is always judged by the women. You can go into any civilization and do a test on the intelligence, the morals, and the character of the women of that nation, and you can determine how strong or how weak that nation is.
Man, boy, you said, I'm sorry.
The best among you is he who is kindest to his wife and his mother. Those are the standards. Why those two? Because mother is the one that brought you into the world and has you where you are. And wife is the one that's going to take you into the future, even when you're gone.
So family, with that being said, I'd like to give glory and praise to every Black woman who's birthed a nation unto herself and to the world. I praise you. I thank you because you're not creating the problem like some may have done. Now, you know, I got to go into this article here in case you haven't seen this. We know for certain that a black woman didn't raise this.
Those deputies desperately trying to convince two little boys to hand over a loaded.
Oh, hold up. Hold up, family.
Deputies desperately trying to convince two little boys to hand over a loaded gun.
In the video, you can see the boys just ages 7 and 9 carelessly holding the loaded gun. You can hear panicked deputies trying to stay calm, telling the boys to put the gun down on the ground and that they're not in trouble. Deputies go on to tell them this isn't a game. You can also hear another deputy yelling to the boys that they're trying to help them. A deputy said you could hear him in this video saying, really, I don't want to shoot the kids with non-lethal rounds, but the two wouldn't put the gun down. Eventually, you can see what looks like a beanbag or a rubber ball fired towards the kids, who then eventually give up the gun. Now, BCSO has not released any details as far as how they were able to get this gun.
At Mesa Tractor,
family,
you're not just another.
It doesn't even. Let me go here. Let me go here so we can get more on what happened.
40. Drop it! Drop it! Drop it, Sean!
Go ahead and put it down for me, okay?
You're not in trouble, but you have to drop that and come talk to us, all right?
If there's a magazine inside the magazine well,
Put it down,
but
baby.
they're playing with the gun back and forth. The one in the blue is trying to take it from the one in the orange.
Put it down, baby.
Just drop it, buddy.
Put it down, babe. You're okay. Put it down.
And now the kid in the blue and green has a firearm.
I need you to put it down, baby.
Let's not do that, bud.
We have tried speaking with these kids.
Sean, can you put it down, babe?
The sooner you put that down, the sooner we can take you home. We can go see your mom. Sean, this isn't a game no more. We're not playing a game right now. This is serious.
1030 speaking with 254.
Can you put it down for me? Now Sean has it. Sean, can you just toss it to the side, babe? Let's make this easy.
I feel like we can.
Because we want to help you. We want to help you.
I want to try to do a warning, something.
Put it down, Sean. We don't want to hurt you,
I
okay?
just don't want to fucking.
Put it down, Sean.
I really don't want to fucking 40 a kid right
We
now.
don't want to hurt you, and we want to help you, okay?
Aim it and fire.
It'd be
48.
Put it down, baby.
40 going out. 40. Drop it! Drop it! Drop it, son! Drop it now. Drop it, both of you.
I don't even have the gun. I don't have the gun.
Yeah, family, I wanted to show that because, like I said, they could talk all the stuff they want about black women and black mothers and all this other stuff, but y'all not raising the problem. If anything, y'all been raising a solution for a very long time and fighting to keep that solution alive. You know, we ask questions like, why didn't they treat these children the way Tamir Rice was treated? And that's a valid question. And like Miss Nisi already answered, it's because they have the complexion for the protection. Unfortunately, I asked the question, if y'all have lethal rounds, why didn't y'all use unlethal rounds then? Bing bags. They've had bing bags forever. So in my eyes, they don't want it. They don't want to use those things. You heard the man state that he didn't want to use that on a kid. I'm going to go back here. Let's go back. He said, I really don't want to bing bag a kid.
Forty. Drop.
Excuse me, family. I've been having technical difficulties all day, and that's why it took me a minute to get the live going. Let me see here.
Toss it to the side, babe. Let's make this easy. Because we want to help you. We want to help you.
I want to try to do a warning, something.
Put it down, Sean. We don't want to hurt you, okay?
I just don't want to fucking.
Put it down, Sean.
I really don't want to fucking 40 a kid right
We
now.
don't want to hurt you, and we want to help you, okay?
It'd be.
Put it down, baby.
40 going out. 40, 40, 40. Drop it! Drop it! Drop it, son! Drop it now. Drop it, both of you.
I don't even have a gun. I don't have the gun.
Get over here.
Family, I would ask, where's the mother on this? Where's the father? Why are they running around here with the goddamn loaded pistol in the first damn place? I'm kind of confused. So let's go to this article here, family. Let's try to see what's going on here. BCSO considers charging parents of kids caught with gun. That's what I like to hear. Chilling video shows the dramatic moments deputies faced confronting two kids under 10. These kids ain't even 10 years old yet, with the loaded gun. The two boys in the video are 7 and 9 years old. 7 and 9 years old. And Bernalillo, County Sheriff John Allen credited their drone program, for helping stop what could have been a deadly shooting. Instead of being charged with the crime, deputies said they're working to link the family with behavior health services. So they don't even want to charge this whole title was a lie. Once again, protect the white boy, protect the white parents, actually. Uh-oh. Excuse me. Up in there. All right. It was a high intensity moment for deputies urging two kids to put down a gun. It happened in February after Bernalillo, excuse me. What's going on with me? Excuse me, I have to drink some water. County sheriff deputies were called to the home. They was called to the home. They was been there before this time for the 9 and 7-year-old playing with a handgun. So they've been called there to the home before, but this time is for this situation. After 5 minutes of talking, deputies fired non-lethal projectiles at the wall and moved in to stop the kid and grab the gun. Why couldn't they do that with Tamir Rice? Why couldn't they do that with Tamir Rice? They fired projectiles and they didn't even fire it at the children. They fired it at the wall and then ran in order to obtain the gun. Deputies captured it all from a drone. I will tell, if it was not for one drone program, we would have probably went in a little, oh my God. We would have probably went in there a little bit more blind and been into a deadly force confrontation pretty quickly. And as you can imagine, it would have not gone well with us killing and shooting the 7 to 9-year-old. Oh, Jesus Christ. With Tamir Rice, Y'all literally, it went well with that. Y'all didn't, nobody went to jail. Nobody went to jail. The dude who got fired was getting hired at several different prinks. Oh, Jesus Christ. See, this is what we go through. After securing the gun, BCSO said the behavioral health unit took over the case. The behavioral health unit took over the case. So far, they haven't filed charges. We're dealing with a 7 and a 9-year-old. So we're looking at the adult side. How they had the firearm. Are they going to be charged with the Benny Hargrove law? We're looking into all of that, said Sheriff Allen. Why is it even a question? If there's already a law in the books, why aren't y'all just applying it? If it was black parents, if it was a black mother, a black father, if any of that situation happened where your children went out with your pistol, they would be looking at you and snatching you up if there was a law in the books that said that they need to be doing that. They're looking at all their options. In the 3 months since the case unfolded, BCSO said they've linked the family with case management, trauma therapy, what? Medical services and behavioral support. Oh, that sounds about white. That sounds exactly white. I don't know much. Excuse me. I don't know how much I am able to say. So I'm just going to have to leave it very vague. But we know where the children learn the behavior from, and that's is being addressed as well. So you know where they got the behavior from, and all y'all doing is sending them to counseling. Look at that. Salute to Cyberdyne. Thank you for your donation, family. I appreciate your contribution. Your donation is blessed tenfold. So they know where they got the behavior from, but all they're going to do is send them to family counseling. Medical services. Interesting. Very interesting. BCSO said the case remains under investigation and they are still trying to figure out exactly how 2 kids got the gun. The county's behavioral unit said the support they've given so far amounts to around 100 hours of social services. 100 hours of social services rather than just charging the parents with neglect. I'm telling you, let this have been black parents. Let it have been black parents. CP and S are being all up in the house. They wouldn't be getting these trauma therapy services unless they were literally in foster care. They wouldn't be getting medical services or behavior support. I ain't never heard of what is behavior support. This is crazy. This is crazy. Before we move on, family, I'm going to give a salute and a shout out to the family in the chat. I like to say salute and a big B1 shout out to everybody in the chat. Andrea Jones, the Big Black God, Jesse Paris, Aquarius Minded, Bad 72. Excuse me. Miss Nisi, appreciate you. Reparations Nation. Gary Williams, what's up to you, my brother? DJ Black 909. Just want to make sure I ain't miss anybody. Affectionate Earth, Hurricane IQ, Cyberdyne 100, and Cooking with Miss D. Thank you all for being here. And a big B1 salute to all of you and to all my mothers once again. Happy Mother's Day to you. Happy Mother's Day to you, because you ain't raising these children like this. You ain't raising children like this. And this is crazy. You ain't being given services in the way that this family here is being given services. And this is just ridiculous. Because like I said, let it have been some black children, they would be in literal custody right now. They would be in foster homes spread out across the nation. They wouldn't even be in the same foster home together. If not taken into juvie. If not unalived. But we know it's all about the protection. Salute to Astarte Jones. Thank you for being here, family. It's all about the complexion for the protection. Because this ain't the only instance where we're seeing them handle situations like this with kitty gloves. Let's go here, family. How many of you guys seen this clip?
Watching pulling AR-15 on the highway patrol.
A driver pulled over for speeding, pointed a rifle at a highway patrol officer yesterday. CHP says it happened just north of Reading on I-5. An officer stopped a vehicle on the Mountain Gate off-ramp. The driver, they say, got out of the car, pointed the AR-style assault rifle toward the officer. Officials say the suspect re-entered his vehicle and then they started pursuit. Vehicle continued southbound, driving at varying speeds before exiting the freeway at Oasis, continuing for about 2 miles west before stopping near Vigil Court. The suspect taken into custody, booked into Shasta County Jail.
What the f***? Watching pulling AR-15 on the highway patrol.
A driver pulled over for speeding, pointed a rifle at a highway patrol officer yesterday. CHP says it happened just north of Reading on I-5. An officer stopped a vehicle on the Mountain Gate off-ramp. The driver, they say, got out of the car, pointed the AR-style assault rifle toward the officer. Officials say the suspect re-entered his vehicle and then they started pursuit. Vehicle continued southbound, driving at varying speeds before exiting the freeway at Oasis, continuing for about 2 miles west before stopping.
Family, it starts with the children. They get the privilege. They get the lack of accountability. And then once they become adults, they now have the privilege. They also have the lack of accountability. And like Miss Nisi said, the white privilege. All these people running around acting as if white privilege don't exist, and we're seeing it implemented right here in our face. They took the man into custody without having to shoot him down. They got the gun, the loaded gun, away from those children without having to shoot them down. Hell, they didn't even shoot the damn beanbag at them directly. They shot it at the wall just to make sure they didn't hurt the children. So we definitely see this two-tier system when dealing with ours versus dealing with theirs. And like this says here in the caption, dear white people, F your opinions on Rodney Hinton Jr. Excuse me. And I feel that 100-fold. We see this time after time after time where y'all have no problem taking these Nabisco children into custody, or not even into custody, just taking them down when they're school shooters and all that. But people run around acting as if there's no two-tier system, that we're just complaining. Lil Lillian from yesterday's broadcast saying that the system is oppressing them. Where is the oppression? She says systematically. And we just showed 2 examples of where the police has the opportunity to actually implement an unaliving of these people, and they handle it with soft hands. And that's what it is, supremacy at its finest. And this is what we have. And I want to play this because a little over, well, in November last year, they celebrated the 10-year anniversary of our young brother Tamir Rice. I want to go here. Uh-oh.
Now at 5:30.
I'm here to get justice for my son.
A decade ago today, a Cleveland police officer shot and killed 12-year-old Tamir Rice while he played with a toy gun. No one was charged.
We're tired. We're not violent. We're voiceless.
Tamir's death sparked protests in Ohio and across the country, shining a spotlight on the Cleveland Police Department's practices.
That's why we out here to change the system. The system has been the same way for a very long time.
Tamir Rice's death exposed fractures in the relationship between police and the community they serve.
And today, the City Club of Cleveland held a forum.
No, not a fracture in between police and the community they serve, a fracture in between the police and the Black community, because we clearly just showed the police and the way that they act when it's literally a worse situation with white children.
To remember Tamir's legacy. Tamir's mother, Samaria, her attorney, and her cousin, LaTanya Goldsby, who is the president of Black Lives Matter Cleveland, all spoke. Now, despite federal reforms, they say little has changed since Tamir died.
How are we going to be able to trust the police if there's no accountability across the board? That leaves us with no help. That leaves people like me and Ms. Goldsby on the front line demanding justice.
News 5 investigator Sarah Buttison has covered Tamir's case from the start. She spoke with Samaria before today's event. And Sarah, she told you that she feels like she has never had a chance to truly grieve.
That's right, Katie and Damon. It has been 10 years as of today, but Samaria Rice says she still feels like she is living in a nightmare she can't wake up from.
People say time heals. It's also a cruel thief.
So you can't find a piece. It's just a piece missing. That's kind of how it feels for me. My piece is missing and I'm never going to get it back.
10 years ago today, Samaria Rice's son, Tamir, was playing with a pellet gun outside Cudell Recreation Center. A man called police and said it might just be a kid with a toy gun. But that message was never relayed to Cleveland police officers Frank Garmbach and Timothy Lohman. When their patrol car slid in next to the gazebo where Tamir was playing, Lohman jumped out and fired 2 shots when Tamir appeared to reach for his waistband.
To get that horrific knock at the door. So I will never forget it. It's like a nightmare, and I never get a chance to rest from it.
In part because of what happened next, Tamir's death sparked protests and outrage around the country. Cleveland settled her family's lawsuit for $6 million. Garmbach was suspended. Lohman was fired. But Samaria wanted him convicted of murder.
It's just not right. It's not fair. He should be in prison.
Instead, Lohman has been rehired as a police officer 3 times by small police departments across the region. Each time, there was public outcry and he resigned.
It's sickening to have to deal with it.
Her time, she says, is better spent at the Tamir Rice Foundation and Afrocentric Cultural Center, which she created to provide after-school programs for kids in Cleveland. Part of her son's legacy, a legacy left too soon.
It means everything to me that he is part of change. Unfortunately, I would rather have him here.
Family, I remember when this happened and there was people who was trying to put the blame on the parents, saying, well, why was he outside playing with a toy gun? And even though we owe them no explanation for a child being able to go outside and do what children do, because if it was a white kid playing with a toy gun, they have no problem with it. Airsoft guns, all that. It's only our children that's expected not to touch those type of things. But they tried to place the blame on the parents. At not one time did I hear they offered or gave the parents trauma therapy, medical assistance, any of that. None of the stuff. Hold on, let me pull that down for a second. None of the stuff that this article says was given. None of the trauma therapy, no medical services. Well, behavioral support, that wouldn't apply because he didn't do nothing wrong. But you see how very different it is. And we have literal apples to apples comparisons on what happened here. So I would like to know, for the Lillian woman who was talking about white people are systematically oppressed, show me the systematic oppression. Because I can show you this with the ease.
Drop it! Drop it! Drop it, Sean!
Go ahead and put it down for me, okay?
You're not in trouble, but you have to drop that and come talk to us, all right?
If there's a magazine inside the magazine well,
Put it down,
but
baby.
they're playing with the gun back and forth. The one in the blue is trying to take it from the one in the orange.
Put it down, baby.
Just drop it, buddy.
Put it down, babe. You're okay. Put it down.
And now the kid in the blue and green has a firearm.
I need you to put it down, baby.
Let's not do that, bud.
We have tried speaking with these kids.
Sean, can you put it down, babe?
The sooner you put that down, the sooner we can take you home. We can go see your mom. Sean, this isn't a game no more. We're not playing a game right now. This is serious.
10:30 speaking with 254.
Can you put it down for me? Now Sean has it. Sean, can you just toss it to the side, babe? Let's make this easy. Because we want to help you. We want to help you.
I want to try to do a warning, something.
Put it down, Sean. We don't want to hurt you, okay?
I just don't want to fucking.
Put it down, Sean.
I really don't want to fucking 40 a kid right
We
now.
don't want to hurt you, and we want to help you, okay?
Aim it and fire.
It'd be
48.
Put it down, baby.
40 going out. 40, 40, 40. Drop it! Drop it! Drop it, Sean! Drop it now. Drop it, both of you.
I don't even have the gun. I don't have the gun.
Get over here.
We can show you that. We can't show you anything on our end when we're handled with kid gloves like that. Our kid gloves like this, it just
The
doesn't
suspect
happen.
taken into custody, booked into Shasta County Jail.
What the It just doesn't happen. Let me.
Washington pulling AR-15 on the highway patrol.
A A driver pulled over for speeding pointed a rifle at a highway patrol officer yesterday. CHP says it happened just north of Reading on I-5. An officer stopped a vehicle on the Mountain Gate off-ramp. The driver, they say, got out of the car, pointed the AR-style assault rifle toward the officer. Officials say the suspect re-entered his vehicle and then they started pursuit. Vehicle continued southbound, driving at varying speeds before exiting the freeway at Oasis, continuing for about 2 miles west before stopping near Vigil Court. The suspect, taken into custody, booked into Shasta County Jail.
What the f? Washington AR-15 on the highway patrol.
Family, like I said, I can't give you any instances where we're able to do any of these things, nor can our children run around here having the goddamn standoff with the damn PD. Salute to Toria Reigns. Thank you for being here, family. I can't. So when we're sitting here talking about systematic oppression, this doesn't look like oppression to me. It looks like ludicrousy. That's what it looks like to me, family. Now I'm gonna go ahead and drop this link for anybody who wants to come up and speak towards that situation there. The link is dropped. But like I said, this is just crazy. I wish our children had this kind of freedom.
Drop it. Drop it, Sean.
Go ahead and put it down for me, okay?
You're not in trouble, but you got to drop that and come talk to us, all right?
If there's a magazine inside the magazine well, but they're playing with the gun back and forth. The one in the blue is trying to take it from the one in
All right, first up, we got our sister, Miss Niecy, Hurricane Niecy in the building. How you doing, sister? Happy Mother's Day to you.
Thank you, church. Happy Mother's Day to all my beautiful FBA sisters in the chat. Also salute to everyone in the chat. My opinion only. That video you showed of the white man with the AK-47, that assault style rifle, if that ain't the ultimate white privilege right there, I don't know what is. I tell you.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Miss Niecy. If there's no better examples than that, then what? And then also seeing things like this, you can kind of understand how Rodney kind of lost his mind for a second, seeing how they're handled compared to our children.
Hey, what I'm about to say, I believe every certified FBA will agree with me. Brother Rodney Hinton Jr. was justified. And I stand on that.
Hey, I stand on it with you. I believe it as well, Miss Niecy, whether or not he was in his right mind or not. Too many instances doing the same thing over and over and yielding a different result is called insanity. So, you know, I stand with the brother, and I hope that he, you know, beat this charge, to be honest with you.
Well, I tell you, looking at the videos, Brother Rodney Hinton, he's made his peace. He all right, regardless of what happens. That's just my opinion. He got his lick back.
I feel the
He
hell
got his lick back.
Straight with it. I feel that, Miss Niecy.
And personally, I think a whole lot of us need to start doing some lick back. Fuck asking. Fuck permission. Fuck forgive.
You know what, Miss Niecy? I done seen another video today, just today. Another one of those Nabiscos come at a sister who was just parking her car, and she comes at her mad at her about like it being in the yellow, even though her car was in the yellow too. And once again, the woman spits on the sister, and the sister.
Ooh, what is that about spitting?
I do not.
Me personally, that is the ultimate insult. So as far as I'm concerned, spit at your own risk, because I'm getting ready to fuck you up.
Oh, Miss Niecy, she pushed that woman back with one hand, and that woman must have rolled all the way on her backside. And she got up distraught. Oh my God, you pushed me. And her head was bleeding and everything. She said, I'm calling the police. She said, call them. I got you on camera. You spit on me, you nasty heifer. I was laughing.
And I'd have been beating her ass till the police got there. But that's just me.
Well, thank you for coming up, Miss Niecy. And
Thank you, church.
Happy Mother's Day once again.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right. Up next, we got our brother Jesse Paris. Thank you for coming. What's up with you, my brother?
Hey, B1 salute. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers in the chat, and that's gonna listen to this later on. I echo everything that Miss Niecy said. Like, this is completely white supremacy in full effect, white privilege in full effect. They don't treat our children this way. They don't treat our children with kid gloves. They treat them like grown people, grown adults, grown men, grown women. We don't get this kind of treatment. This is completely blatantly in our face racism, white supremacy, and as we know, it covers all 9 areas of human activity. Shout out to Nelly Fuller Jr., RIP to him. And that is economics, entertainment, education, labor, law, politics, sex, war, and religion. And some say health and nutrition. So we're in a race war, Black family. It's time that we act accordingly and actively work to replace this global system of racism, white supremacy with a system of justice, which guarantees that nobody's mistreated by the color of their skin, and those that need the most constructive help get it. They didn't get this. Our parents don't get the same treatment that Ethan Hawke's parents received. Remember Ethan Hawke, the one that took the gun to school, and they don't receive that treatment. They don't receive the same treatment that Kyle Shittenhouse parents received. If a Black parent child had a gun like this, they would be demonizing them. So, like Niecy said, shout out to Rodney. That's my dad's name too, Rodney. Shout out to Rodney Huns for doing what was needed to be done, and we need to continue to do more of that to send a clear example that enough is enough of this. You're not gonna keep killing our kids with impunity. You're not gonna keep getting away with killing us, period. Black man, Black woman, Black child with impunity. Those days are over. It's a new day on the plantation. It's a new day. So we gotta send that message very clear. So as my brother Black Joe would say, get strapped or get clapped. I appreciate you having me on.
Always, family. I appreciate you for coming up. Brother had to come up and spit, drop that fire. Yeah, family, I'm gonna be honest with you. And this is why I wanted to do this today, because they can't say nothing at all. Black mothers, when it comes to all mothers, any mother around the world, y'all the shit. That's it. Y'all not out here raising the school shooters. Y'all not out here raising the majority of the PDF files. Look at our stock. Like it's just ridiculous for them to even want to compare. Because when we look at the comparison of how they're raised, and like our brother said, and that's why I played that first clip at the beginning where it says you look at the nation, you look at the woman. And if you're looking at the children and how they react, it all stems right back to the mother in that situation, to the father in that situation. And all the deviant activity that happens with not just children. Like I said, I showed with the dude on the freeway with the goddamn AK walking towards the popo. It is clearly a cultural thing. But one of the reasons why I wanted to speak about this happened back in February. You ain't heard a lot about this. You have not heard a lot about this whatsoever. And that's probably why you ain't heard a lot about it, because they quietly, instead of charging the parents with what they should have been charging them with, or sending the kids into CPS custody, into the foster care system, because the parents were actually being negligent. They wanted to quietly go away. We're just going to give them some, therapy, because this is a family issue here. This isn't a criminal situation like it would be for one of us, for one of our children. This is a family matter, and it needs to be taken care of within the family's units. So yeah, no. I want to thank all of you, because you're doing such a bang up job in comparison to anyone else. I appreciate everybody who's here, and I appreciate all the birthday wishes as well. Much love to you, family. There will never be a day whatsoever that they can ever try to claim systematic oppression when stuff like this is happening consistently. Now we just got the cameras to prove it. We've been talking about this for decades. Whether we called it white privilege or not, we understood that there was a system that existed in order to give benefits because of the color of a person's skin. And one of the largest benefits that they get is to be able to do a bunch of, in Miss Niecy's words, fuckery, and not get held accountable for it. Won't be held accountable for it whatsoever. But in this country, if you're one of us, you definitely will. But family, if you're not subscribed, go ahead, hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell so you can be notified whenever videos like this drop. Please make sure you're hitting that like and share button so we can beat up the algorithm. Make sure we get this message out to the ears that need to hear. And if you have not done so yet, please make sure you hit the link in the description. Go to change.org and put your signature on the petition for reparations. Family, I was going to make this a little bit longer. I had a couple more clips, but I've been having some issues, and it's showing that my internet is at an all-time low. So I'm just going to end it early, and I'm going to make sure that next time I have my extender plugged up because I couldn't find it. But with that being said, family, thank you all for your birthday wishes once again. I want to say happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Keep doing your thug thizzle, because like I said, y'all are the GOATs. Y'all the ones that everybody look up to and want to be like. Let's be very clear about that. If Black mothers said tomorrow that we're going to do A, B, and C, I guarantee you every other mother is going to jump on code and start following your lead. Like, well, if they're doing it, if it's good enough for their kids, got to be good enough for mine. They'll follow every trend except raising their children right. Oops, did I say that? Yeah, I did. They'll follow and steal every trend away from a Black mother except the actual act of raising their children correctly. That's what it is. But with that being said, family, I want you to enjoy the rest of your day. And for the ladies, the rest of your day. Enjoy it. Because it's all about you. As it should be. And with that being said, family, the doors of the church are closed. Peace, family.
My grandfather built this country, man. He fought wars for it.
And most places he went wouldn't let him sit down and get a cup of coffee. I can't even catch a cab in New York. You know, it doesn't matter how many degrees I get. All you people see is color. Your grandfather was an immigrant. You're American. My grandfather was born here, Duke. And you people still look at me as just another nigga.
I know that the government, whatever, can't stand us black people. He's doing everything in the world to make black man be extinct. But I'm going to tell you one thing. Us black people going to survive. So fuck everybody. I'm out.